Hello students, welcome to this ethics class. Now we will discuss 2014 question 9. This is the complete question. Attempt this question before watching this video. So we need to discuss some feasible strategies that could eliminate this conflict and which could lead to sustainable development. So feasible strategies. We can take environment impact assessment and not go for projects, development processes or products with high environmental impacts. So this will protect environment. It would also not hamper development because we would only be not going for projects which have very high environmental impacts. So other projects we can go for. And encouraging and subsidizing R&D in green technologies. Since green technologies remove conflict between development and environment. So when we say something is green, it means that it will contribute to development, at the same time it will not harm environment. So we need to encourage more R&D in green technologies. We need to encourage green technologies. Then we can scale up solutions that already exist. So already if there are solutions, then easier thing would be to just scale them up. For example, using solar instead of fossil fuels, which produces much cheaper electricity. Solar produces much cheaper electricity than fossil fuels. So it is very easy. We can boost development by protecting environment. By just using solar, we can go for both development and environment. We can produce cheaper electricity and also protect environment. So we need to just scale up the existing solution without much brainstorming. That should be easy. And decentralized and community based environmental planning, which is more effective and less costlier to development. And generally when we have community led planning and decentralized planning, they are generally not only more effective, they are also very less costlier to environment. So that is why we see, like in metropolitan cities, solid waste managements are locally done. So waste management rules are given by center, but the plans are prepared by local because they can be best managed only locally. So we need to have decentralized and community based environmental planning. Even if we take water issue, there is more encouragement to prepare local watershed development plans to manage more, to go for more water demand management policies locally. So there is more push towards decentralization because of its significant benefits in environment management, in ecosystem management, in watershed management. We can go for mass literacy campaigns, community engagements, online and new platforms for interaction and other programs. Overall, media coverage and public discourse needs to happen much more to bring innovation and behavioral change. This would also put pressure on political parties and political will towards right policies and economic practices that are sustainable. So here you need to understand the importance of these two strategies. These two strategies are very important because there is a lot of misinformation and also under information regarding sustainable development that actually generates conflict and prevents value and attitude change. So if we see, primarily there is lot of under information. People don't know what exactly sustainable development means, what exactly are its benefits. So that is why this conflict is created. If people get to know comprehensively what it means, how it will benefit, then there would not be conflict. So misinformation and under information is the primary reason for lack of focus on sustainable development. Let us see how. With these two measures, individuals come to understand that it is lot more costlier to economy and also well-being if sustainability is not followed and One Health approach is ignored. So if we ignore One Health approach, like if we do not link our health with health of environment, if climate change happens, you would have known already there would be lot more cost to economy. So mitigating climate change is much cheaper than facing the climate change. There would be lot of pandemics, displacements, droughts, submergence of cities, importantly economically important cities, and so many, and change in climate patterns. So there will be lot of there will be lot of cost to the economy. So mitigating the climate change is much cheaper than facing the climate change. So that people will come to understand. And second thing is the consequences of their actions would be faced within their lifetime due to short time span of climate change. And one more thing people need to understand, that climate change is not far away. It doesn't happen to next generation or somebody else. It will happen right to us. With this, the timeline based on which international projections are made, it ranges from 10 to 40 years. That's it. So if we live another 10 to 20 years, we will face significant consequences of our actions. So we ourselves would face our actions. So that is why taking environmentally sound practices, sustainable development is very important, because it would get much costlier later than now. And second thing is that we ourselves would face the consequences. So thus conflict is removed when individuals are given complete information and rationality is applied. But the problem had always majorly been lack of proper awareness that is necessary for value and attitude change. So if we see, it comes to around 245 words. So these are some of the feasible strategies that will remove the conflict between development and environment. That is environment impact assessment, R&D and encouraging green technologies, scaling up solutions that already exist, decentralized and community based planning that reduces cost to development significantly, and we need literacy campaigns and media coverage and public discourse to primarily remove the misinformation and underinformation that is generating the conflict. Otherwise there is no conflict. We ourselves would face consequences, and it would be much costlier to face the consequences than to prevent the consequences. So if this information and underinformation is removed, if this misinformation and underinformation is removed, then people find that there is no conflict as such. Both development and environment go hand in hand. So that is all. Thank you.